Today, we're diving into something really special. It's an explainer on the core ideas from Anya Soundarya's The Breath of Silence. And look, this isn't just about learning new things. It's an invitation to a completely different way of being, one that really starts by questioning what it even means to know anything at all. Right off the bat, we're told this is a book meant to be lived, not just read. So you can forget about just collecting facts or intellectual trophies. This is about an experience. Think of it like a mirror, one that's designed to let light pour through the little cracks in who we think we are. It's a journey, not a lecture. So, where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it starts by taking a hard look at a state most of us live in without ever, realizing it. A state of just functioning on autopilot. The source calls this being a sleeping machine. Yeah, the philosopher Gurdjieff had a name for this, the mechanical man. It's this idea that we're basically puppets, right? Moved by these invisible strings of habit and conditioning and all the beliefs we just soaked up. We think we're choosing our thoughts, our words, our actions, but really, we're just reacting. We're on autopilot, speaking, and even loving in our sleep. But here's where a new path starts to open up. You see the contrast? On one side, you've got the mechanical man. Everything's automatic, judgment is just a reflex, and life is lived in a kind of dream. But on the other side, you see the possibility of an awakened human, someone who actually chooses their response, who lives with real presence, and who can consciously hit pause on that automatic judgment. This is our first clue that there's a way out. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we break free from the machine? Well, the source offers us a really radical yet ancient idea. It's a kind of call to adventure, and it's the master key to waking up. The art of not knowing. And this key actually has a name. It's called epoche. It's a term the philosopher Husserl used, and it basically means the sacred act of suspending our judgment. Just imagine taking all your strong opinions, your beliefs, your entire worldview, and just for a moment, putting it all inside a pair of parentheses. This isn't about being ignorant. It's a revolutionary act. It's about trying to see the world with fresh eyes without the filter of everything we think we already know. And this is not some brand new idea. It's ancient wisdom. You can hear it loud and clear in this famous line from Socrates. When he said he knew nothing, he wasn't saying he was clueless. It was a kind of profound wisdom, a wisdom born from understanding the true limits of what a human mind can ever really know. So this really begs the question, doesn't it? When we talk about this not knowing, are we just advocating for ignorance? For being in a state of emptiness? Or could it be something else entirely? Could it, in fact, be a doorway to a much, much deeper way of seeing things? And this is such a critical distinction. The source is very clear here. Not wanting to know. Well, that's a prison we build for ourselves out of fear. It's a refusal to see. But consciously choosing not knowing, that's the complete opposite. It's an act of courage. It's about being open, receptive, like fertile ground. One is a dead end. The other is where everything begins. All right, so once we get the hang of this art of not knowing, we're invited to step across a threshold into what the source calls the fertile void. And this is where things get really quiet and really interesting. Most of us are taught to fear the void, right? To see it as emptiness, a total lack of something. The source material asks us to just flip that idea on its head. It suggests something simple but so powerful. The void is not an absence. It's not an absence, it's a presence that just hasn't taken form yet. Think of it like the invisible womb of all potential, where everything is possible. And what's wild is that modern science is kind of catching up to this, describing a quantum field where everything exists as pure possibility until we observe it. And what's absolutely incredible is how this exact same idea pops up everywhere in so many different traditions. I mean, look at this. The Toltecs called it the nagual. In Zen Buddhism, it's the luminous vacuity. Taoism calls it the unmanifest. The Vedas pointed to it with the phrase neti neti, meaning not this, not that. Even quantum physics hints at it. When you see it appear again and again like this, you realize you're onto something really profound. Okay, so what's the reward? What happens when we actually get the courage to not know, to step into that fertile void? Well, we start to unlock a completely new way of seeing the world. And the source breaks this down for us into 3 different levels of attention. This new way of seeing, it's a journey. And this journey takes us through 3 very distinct levels of attention. It's like a map, taking us from the surface-level world we all think we know toward a direct experience of something much deeper. Level 1, superficial attention. This is basically the default setting for that mechanical man we talked about earlier. It's a world made of labels, of categories. You see a tree and your mind just slaps the label tree on it, and that's it. You don't really see the tree. You're just living in a world built out of words and old habits. But then you get to level 2, emotional attention, and this is where things crack wide open. Here, you stop just labeling the world and you start to feel it as pure energy. The Toltecs called this the luminous cocoon, this energy field that surrounds you and connects you to everything else. You're not just seeing with your eyes anymore, you're perceiving with your entire being. And finally, at the level of intuitive attention, the last barrier just dissolves. That separation between me and the world, between the observer and the observed, it just falls away. It's not a thought, it's not a belief like, oh, we are all one. It's the direct, undeniable experience of it. It's the moment the cosmos is breathing and you are that breath. And that brings us to a final thought that really captures the heart of this whole journey. What if the goal isn't to chase down and collect a neat pile of answers? What if the real transformation is found in learning how to live inside the mystery itself? To learn how to breathe with the questions and to find peace, not in knowing, but in that silent, fertile space of pure wonder.